Hi beauties, welcome. So soon I'm going to be walking in the lands of Kemet, sharing a beautiful Magdalene Priestess Pilgrimage. And so part of being present for those who feel the call to walk this path of coming to the heart of Mary Magdalene in Egypt, yes, restoring and remembering and retrieving her deep mythology and her sacred traditions there, as part of really a deep personal reawakening of her calling or ministry, but also as a planetary holy sacrament. So firstly, I thought I'd share a little bit of an insight into my personal journey to Egypt. And very consciously in this life, I was so looking forward to being a mother, and this has been part of my journey. It's been such a sacred balance. It's brought a lot of humility, a lot of realness to my journey in spiritual ministry. And so traveling to certain places have been part of what I've felt such a longing for, but has not always been part of my reality. So quite a few years back, my son had got to a certain age, and I'd had this calling to go to Egypt, and this opportunity came. For me, coming to Egypt and returning to these sacred lands and to the holy temples, and really a deep origin point for the priestess, was not about coming to be activated by lots of powerful energy and to see everything. It was more about really experiencing that deep feminine current of that ancient invocation, that ancient truth of the mother, Isis. And so I went there with a really simple intention: the invocation, a sacred practice, and to open as a Magdalene Rose Oracle, to receive and to deeply nurture myself. And so this opportunity came, and I visited some beautiful sites, and then ended up retreating in this beautiful House of Life, which is an ancient tradition connected to very specific temples, where priests and priestesses of the healing art lineages and traditions carry out their work. So I stayed here and went through various initiations very directly with the temples, with the land, and very specifically with one elder. And whilst I was there, I recalled and had memories of being a priestess, a bridge, and an oracle of the Magdalene in these lands. And so over time, this has become more clear what this means, and I share this in my work. But essentially what happened for me is that I experienced, yes, these deep activations and retrievals, but the most beautiful remembrance of the priestess, her adorning, her worship, her deep ownership of service, becoming that gift, tending her flame, activating her gifts as a sacrament, and remembering that the sacrament, what we carry, that passion, that devotion, is then our service to the goddess, to Sophia. This was all restoring during my time, but also what was a little bit surprising for me, because I went with this reverence to the land and the Neteru and this ancient lineage and legacy of Isis and Hathor and Jehuti and Osiris. And Mary Magdalene kept coming, revealing to me through the holy waters, the Nile, through water blessings, through offerings to the waters and to the mountains, to the lands, ways in which the divine feminine, or the female women, were going to reawaken this frequency of what is being restored and brought back into holy marriage once again on this planet. So these were really important steps for me, and I really relished the time that I had to retreat, because I hadn't booked a trip where every day we were going to a temple. We were resting, receiving sound baths, bathing in water, and having time in the temple with the group, but also alone. And so it was really amazing, and such incredible revelations came through, more than I imagined, around Mary Magdalene and this most exquisite spiritual lineage of the Grail, of the rose that is rising at this time through us and birthing and creating as we're awakening and retrieving parts of us that have been dormant. And so this was key for me, and I feel this is also very much upheld within what I share and what I offer.